Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a cash envelope stuffing for the paycheck that I received on September 16th, 2021. If you all are interested in seeing that, please stick around. Okay, so I know this is looking a little bit like a hot mess over here, but I wanted to zoom you all in close enough that you could see the cash envelope breakdown in the Budget by Paycheck Workbook, but it doesn't leave me enough room to have you all see all of my cash. So I tried to line things up so you can see all of the different bill denominations that I have. Sorry if it's looking a little messy. I thought I'd start out with a bit of an update on my emergency fund. So I do have an established emergency fund. It is a separate checking account that I have. And I decided that any leftover cash in my variable expense cash envelopes at the end of every pay period would go into this emergency fund envelope, and that this would be a way that I can slowly build my emergency fund up without having to budget specifically for it. I unfortunately did not have any leftover cash from my variable expense cash envelopes at the end of the pay period for the paycheck that I received on September 2nd, 2021. I actually overspent quite a bit on that paycheck and ate into my cushion. I generally have about a $500 cushion in my checking account, and after the overspending that I did, it's down to about $250 now. So with this paycheck, I actually did make the decision to put a little bit less of it into savings in order to bump that cushion up to $500. That $500 amount just makes me more comfortable. So yeah, I put a little bit less into my house savings account on the 16th when I got paid. It's actually the 17th when I'm filming this, in order to bump up my cushion to a good amount. And so the value or the total that I have in this envelope is still $244, which is what it was after at the end on September 1st, which was the end of my last pay period. So putting that off to the side, we are going to start with stuffing our variable expense cash envelopes. And the first of those is going to be my eating out cash envelope. So I have been pulling out two 20s and a 10 for this cash envelope, and that has been working really well for me. When I do decide to go to Dunkin', they don't love a $50 bill, so doing the two 20s and a 10 works out well. We have 20, 40, 50, and I did update my envelopes. So as you can see, it says here that I will be depositing $50 in. And that is all set. Next, we have my gas cash envelope. I do $50 towards gas in a single $50 bill. I used to switch this up, like the denomination I would use for this cash envelope. And then I just realized it just made sense to put a single $50 bill in. Generally, I only fill up once every pay period, and it doesn't usually come to $50, although I have been using a little bit more gas, or fully using like my gas budget the last few pay periods. But yeah, the $50 bill just makes sense. It's easier. So I have $50 now in there. And then my last miscellaneous cash envelope is, or I'm sorry, my last variable expense cash envelope is my miscellaneous envelope. And I did have to vary up the denominations for this. I think when I filmed my budget with me for this paycheck, I didn't have the right denominations in here, and I kind of realized that while I was filming it, and then went back and fixed it. The reason why I needed these specific denominations is because I do pull cash from my miscellaneous envelope to put towards my 2021 savings challenges, and the challenges for the next 2 weeks, which I have to use this paycheck to do, are $15 and $20. So I needed to make sure I at least had a $5 bill. So for this pay period, I'm going to be taking out a $100 bill, a $50 bill, a $20 bill, two $10 bills, and two $5 bills. So let's count this up and make sure this is $200. So we have 150, 170, 180, 190, 195, 200. Perfect. So this cash envelope is also updated. It does have the $200 deposit, which I'm doing right now. And then as you can see, it has me pulling out the cash for the 2021 Savings Challenge, which we'll do at the end of the video. Perfect. So that is it for my variable expense cash envelopes. Next, we're going to be going to my sinking funds. My first sinking fund is my travel sinking fund. I'm going to be pulling out $50 in a single $50 bill. My sinking fund envelopes are also updated. So with this $50 bill, we should be at 200 total. 50, 100, 150, 200. Perfect. Next, we have my Christmas envelope. I'm going to be taking out $25 in a $20 bill and a $5 bill. And with that $25, we should be at 100 total in this envelope. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. No. Oh, jeez Louise. I messed that up. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, not 200. And after last cash envelope stuffing, I actually went through and I checked the trackers in the front of all of my sinking funds. I have them marked off for most. If you look at my travel sinking fund, there's no values written in here, and that's because I consider this a rolling sinking fund, so it doesn't really have a goal amount. But on my sinking funds that have goal amounts, I went through and I updated the trackers on the front. So I was able to mark off because we have over $64 in this envelope. We're not quite at 128, but once we are, I'll be able to color in the next row. For my next sinking fund, I have subscriptions, which I'm going to be putting $15 into in a 10 and a 5. And with this addition, we should be at $50 for the envelope. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Perfect. And that is written in on the tracker on the back here. And this is another one that I was able to update, and I'm actually going to be able to fill in another line on here, or color in another line, I should say. So for medical, we're going to be putting $20 in, and we're going to do that in a single $20 bill. Just lower everything a little bit here. Okay. And the tracker on the back is updated. So with this $20 bill, we should be at $80 total. 20, 40, 60, 80. And let's see if I'm going to be able to, no, can't quite fill in the next line on this one. Next, we have my car maintenance sinking fund. I know I had mentioned, or I think I had mentioned last cash envelope stuffing, that I was thinking of separating this envelope into actual car maintenance and then a separate envelope for my taxes and my car insurance. And the reason why I wanted to do that is I wanted to make sure I wasn't using any of the money I was saving for taxes and car insurance towards car maintenance. I haven't made a final decision on that yet. I do think I'm going to do it, but I think I'm just going to wait until the end of September to do it. And then when I start the new month in October and have my first paycheck in October, I'll make that separation. So, so we're going to be pulling out $120, which is car taxes, car insurance, and car maintenance. And I'm going to be doing that in a $100 bill and a $20 bill. With this addition, we should be at a total of $955 per the tracker. So just gonna add in the cash and then we'll count it all up. So we have 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 820, 40, 60, 80, 900, 920, 40, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 955. Perfect. It's like so satisfying to be close to $1,000 in here. That's pretty awesome. Alrighty, and again, because this is a rolling sinking fund, or at least it was a rolling sinking fund when it was just for car maintenance specifically, and I wasn't including taxes or my car insurance, I didn't fill in, or I didn't put numbers in the tracker on the front. If I do separate these, I would put the numbers in on the one that's for my car insurance and car taxes, because that is going to obviously have a goal, as those are set values that I have to save for. Next, I have the birthdays cash envelope, or I'm sorry, sinking fund, which is going to get a $20 bill. And with this 20, we should be at a total of $80 per the tracker. 20, 40, 60, 80. Perfect. And I can fill in another row on this one, so I will definitely be doing that. And lastly, we have my holidays envelope, which is going to be getting a single $20 bill as well. With that, we should be at a total of $80. 20, 40, 60, 80. Perfect. And I don't think we're able to update the tracker. No, we've already filled in 2 lines, which is really awesome. We're just waiting for another $10 to reach 90, and then I can fill in the next row. As you all can see, I have a $100 bill and a $50 bill left, and that is because they are going to be for my friend Lizzie's wedding gifts. I decided to go with cash. It's just kind of the easiest thing. I mean, I'm sure I could Venmo her and she would be totally fine with that, but I just decided to pull out cash and put it in the envelope. So that's what that cash is going towards. Now that we have all of the variable expense cash envelopes and all of the sinking fund cash envelopes filled up, I am turning to the monthly view, and I'm going to zoom out just so you guys can see that it is September. So I always put in on the monthly view my 2021 savings challenges. And as you can see here on Monday, that's what all of these denominations in yellow are indicating. So we just did my cash envelope stuffing for the paycheck I received on the 16th. Again, today is the 17th when I'm filming this, but I don't get paid again till the 30th. So I have to be pulling out for my savings challenge on the 20th and the 27th. So it's $15 for the 20th, $20 for the 27th. That equals total $35. So I'm going to pull out my miscellaneous cash envelope here. Put the rest of them off to the side. And I'm going to pull out $35 from this cash envelope. So we have a 20, we have a 30, and we have a 5. And per the envelope, because I did update the tracker, we should have $165 left in this for my miscellaneous spending. So I'm going to count that. We have 100, 150, 160, 165. Perfect. After I'm done recording this, I'm going to take out this $5 bill. I'm going to mark it on my tracker. I'm going to mark it in my expense tracker in the Budget by Paycheck workbook. And this $5 bill is going to go towards my $5 savings challenge. I'm really excited to have a $5 bill to do that with, starting off right off the bat. And then I'm going to put this cash into my September 2021 savings challenge envelope. I did already mark off here my deposits for the 20th and 27th. So we should have a total of $75 in this envelope. And that is going to be the total that I will have saved for the month of September. Let's see. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75. Not as much as I'd like or hope for, I guess. I mean, I probably could have taken a little bit more initiative and just bumped up these values on my own. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't thinking about it too much. Even last month, I didn't really save a ton. But at the same time, you know, these saving challenges are great and I love doing them, and it really is allowing me to save more and spend less. But my main savings goal is still going to be my house savings. And so, you know, if I'm, you know, as long as I'm saving enough towards my house savings, like that's really the main priority for me. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the cash that I've saved for the 2021 savings challenges at the end of the year. I do think that I'm going to use like a percentage of it to get myself something like a gift for my hard work and my savings that I've done all year. But the majority of it is probably just going to end up in my house savings account. So that is it for cash envelopes with this stuffing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please do not hesitate to put them down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.